This is a CBS 4 News update.
Good morning, I'm Frances Wang with your CBS 4 News update. President Trump won the state of Florida by what political experts would consider a landslide. There was a huge Republican showout in Miami-Dade County with President Trump performing much better than he did against Hillary Clinton 4 years ago.
Trump really created this movement and this idea that the economy was doing so much better because he was in power. And the tax reform, frankly, helped a lot of small businesses down here. And I think the Republicans did a really good job, and they started doing this in 2018, of painting all Democrats, regardless of true or not, as socialist. And in South Florida, where many of us have come from socialist countries like Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua, it really impacts the way you perceive the Democrats.
President Trump ultimately had about 46% of the vote in Miami-Dade County as opposed to Biden's 53%, a difference of just 7 percentage points. That's a big change from 4 years ago when there was a difference of about 30 percentage points between Trump and Hillary Clinton. Happening today, Broward County's canvassing board is going to be reviewing about 500 provisional ballots. The final vote not expected for a few days. Officials say a record 964,000 people voted, which is 76% of all registered voters. All precincts reported their numbers by 9:30 on Tuesday evening and say about 80% of its ballots were counted by the time the polls closed. Miami Beach police are investigating a stabbing that happened near 10th Street and Collins Avenue last night. Investigators say the victim saw an officer and flagged him down. He was then immediately taken to Jackson Memorial with a stab wound in his stomach. No word on what led up to the stabbing, but police did tell us that detectives were able to speak to the victim at the hospital, but he does not want to cooperate. Moving now to the latest on the coronavirus pandemic, Florida's Department of Health is reporting more than 4,400 new COVID-19 infections, about 1,100 of those in South Florida. 32 more people in the state have died from conditions related to the virus. Also rising, the 14-day positivity rate throughout South Florida. Miami-Dade and Broward are both higher than 5%. In Monroe County, the 14-day average is inching closer to 10%.
Now, CBS 4 weather.
The rain is back in South Florida this Thursday, and we're expecting gusty showers to be quickly moving through the area along this east-northeast wind that's wrapping around high pressure system that's exiting the southeast coast. Now, as far as the showers go, they can be heavy at times, they can be light at times, and they can produce some gusty winds. The reason for the rain is because a little bit of moisture along this stalled boundary is starting to lift northward, and with these strong winds, it's picking up on that moisture and helping these showers develop before they hit the coast. So grab the rain gear today and even tomorrow, but even more so as we head into the weekend. All eyes on Ada, which is now a tropical depression since 4 a.m. this morning. However, satellite imagery throughout the morning is indicating that it might just be post-tropical by late morning. So what do we expect now that it's post-tropical? Well, one thing you're going to expect is that there's going to be a lot of uncertainty in this forecast because it's going to be hard to find that center of circulation when it comes to those models trying to initialize their output. But the GFS and the Euro still showing us this zigzag motion. So by tomorrow, Ada is expected to regain strength as it moves into the northwestern Caribbean Sea. And then as we head into later Saturday, Sunday, and through Monday, Ada will be hopefully just a tropical storm, but it will be impacting areas of Cuba, even parts of the Bahamas and South Florida. So why is it making this loop when it gets near us and then moving back out into the Gulf of Mexico? It's because of this cutoff low, which, by the way, it's going to also play a role in the intensity of Ada. So it can make Ada weaker or maybe help Ada organize a bit more if that energy merges with Ada. Lots of uncertainty, but this is the idea that that cutoff low is going to play a role in the turning of Ada through South Florida and back out into the Gulf by later Tuesday. Also, I want to point out, Ada's going to fight off a lot of wind shear, really strong wind shear in those upper levels as it moves across the Caribbean. So here's the key messages for South Florida. We have to continue to monitor Ada. Rain chance does rise through the weekend, especially by later Saturday in the Keys, and then Sunday, Monday, that's when we expect the highest risk of flooding for us. In fact, there's going to be plenty of deep tropical moisture moving over the area throughout Saturday, then into Sunday, spreading across South Florida, and looks like the core of the tropical moisture will be right over us Sunday through Monday. So that's when we can expect the heaviest downpours. In the meantime, temperatures are going to stay in the low 80s, and it's going to feel a lot more humid out there.
Jennifer, thank you. That's our news update for now. You can always find us on CBSMiami.com and CBS 4 News at 5, 6, 7, and 11 for all of your important headlines.